Today we're going to talk about how to properly oil the valves on a trumpet or any piston valve instrument. First, let's talk about the things that you'll need. You see here that we need valve oil, a cleaning rod, and a cheesecloth. These are going to make sure that your valves are clean, oiled, and working properly. We recommend that you use a high quality valve oil, such as Blue Juice shown here. This is a great synthetic oil that keeps your horn working well and functioning properly. If you have an older instrument, we recommend a higher viscosity valve oil such as Yamaha Vintage. This will alleviate some of those things that are caused with worn pistons and casings. First thing we're going to do is disassemble the valve. So you want to remove the top cap, allowing you to take out the piston, set it aside on a stable surface where it won't roll off or fall down, lay it flat. And we're going to remove the bottom caps as well. You'll see a little bit later why we're removing both the top and the bottom caps. When you take out the valves on your instrument, you're going to notice that they go in a certain way and they're marked. They should be marked all 1, 2, and 3, or 4 as the case may be. They're going to have a number stamped on there, and when you look at the instrument, you're going to notice that there's usually a narrow and a wide tab on the valve guide that'll fit into the corresponding slot inside the valve casing. Now we're going to take our cheesecloth and our cleaning rod. We're going to take a corner of that cheesecloth and place it into that slot that's at the end of the cleaning rod and wind it around and over the end. We just want to make sure that no sharp metal's protruding that could damage your instrument. You want to swab out the inside of each valve casing. And this is going to remove any debris and dirt, old valve oil that's inside the casing. As you can see, we're oiling the valves on a brand new instrument, and even on that new instrument, you do get a little bit of grit and dirt. So it's very important that periodically you clean out the valve casings on your instrument. We're going to do the same for the pistons. Take that cheesecloth and just wipe away any dirt, debris, old valve oil that tends to gum up in there. Make sure that these are clean, lubricated, and running smoothly. Again, you can see even on a brand new instrument, there's a little bit of grit and grime that is still stuck in there. So this is very important to make sure that things are clean and running smooth. So all the pistons and casings are clean. It's time to lubricate the valves and then reassemble the instrument. So you take your valve oil and place 5 to 6 drops over the piston, making sure that it gets over the entire bearing surface of the piston. And we're going to work the piston in from the bottom of the valve. That's another reason why we remove those bottom caps. This is where the valve actually runs, and it's easier to make sure that that valve oil gets all the way around the surface of the piston and in the casing too. You just want to move the piston in and out of the casing, and you can rotate it a little bit. Just make sure that that valve oil covers evenly. You can see there that there's a slot for the valve guide, a narrow and a wide side. You want to line those up with the valve so that all the ports on your valve will line up and your instrument will work properly. Place the piston back into the casing. Make sure that it works, and you'll hear a click when those valve guides line up. Then screw the top cap back on. At this point, you can put the bottom cap back on too. And you see we have a piston that's running smoothly, clean and lubricated. We're going to repeat that step for pistons 2 and 3.